I'm Mark Tremonti. I'm with Alter Bridge. For my whole career, I've used D'Addario strings. I'm always experimenting with tuning, so it's something that makes it necessary to have different string gauges because you can't really put a set of 10s on a guitar that's tuned down to A. And D'Addario is patient with me to make it all happen.
You have another guitar. Is it mostly a backup, or is it something?
I'll play them both, like depending on the night.
Yeah.
They sound similar. These are Motor City pickups, and I have the same pickups in. I have a Friedman guitar that I use a lot as well. So I'll show you that.
Dude, pull that bad boy out. Okay.
Yeah. So this is a Friedman NoHo 24. So what's cool about this is it's 24 frets, but it's got the Les Paul scaling, so it's short, which is kind of weird for a 24 fret guitar. Yeah.
Does that throw you off at all?
No, I love it, man. It took a little bit. Before this guitar, I never had a 24 fret before, so it took a little bit getting used to that. I started getting lost up here sometimes, but
yeah, totally.
Other than that, no, this guitar is awesome, man.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The direct mount pickups are so cool on that.
It's great. It sounds really good, and like this guitar, I would say like it's the same pickups as the Les Paul, but the Les Paul kind of has a wider thing. And this, for some reason, I think it's just the wood of the body. Like it's a little bit more direct. Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
But yeah, it sounds amazing, man.
Do all Les Pauls have a cap?
I don't know.
I wonder if that has something to do with it.
It probably does. Yeah, it probably does. But or maybe just like the bolt-on neck. I'm not totally sure.
Yeah. I didn't consider that.
But,
so you have an interesting relationship with Dave. Like you guys, I see you do stuff with Dave all the time.
Yeah.
How did you come to meet him?
We're from the same part of Detroit.
No kidding.
Yeah, and we have some mutual friends. And he started visiting Detroit a lot, like maybe, I don't know, like 10 years ago from LA. And one time he was in town, we just kind of connected through a friend. But yeah, Dave's done so much for me, man. Like he's helped me so much, just with all kinds of things.
He is such a cool dude.
He's the best, man. Yeah. And I started playing this because we were doing a lot of guitar clinics together. And yeah,
was this like a gift from him?
I got it. Yeah, it's through like an endorsement or whatever.
Cool.
But yeah,
really
it's
cool.
awesome, man. Yeah, he hooked it up. But no, I love this guitar. I take it everywhere with me now. So,
dude, speaking of the genius that is Dave Friedman, you're also running. I think I've only seen you play this amp.
This is like the only amp I use live.
Right.
For pretty much the entire time I've been touring.
Because why would you get another amp if you have this one?
This
thing is so nasty.
The B100. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like there's something about it. Like not only the consistency, like I've never had this thing go out once in years, banging around in trucks and vans and all kinds of stuff. But just like the pure sound of it, yeah, like the cleans are amazing, and obviously like it's known for the distortion. Like as soon as you hit the distortion, like I don't know, I've always been like an Eddie guy, so like I like getting all the sound on it.
Yeah, totally.
I like all the distortion in the amp.
I think that's what like kind of blew me away about Dave's stuff initially. Like I love high gain amps. He nailed that.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to find a great high gain amp that also has a really beautiful clean.
Has a great clean channel,
like,
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love like being able to go from like the really pristine clean to the just like full blown,
so fun.
Slam and distortion. Yeah. But yeah, this is an amazing amp, man, and like so consistent, Yeah, I can't remember like the last time I used a different amp live. Like, yeah, it's been a workhorse.
Guessing this is 6L6 based?
EL34.
It is?
Yeah, EL34.
Interesting, okay.
Yep, yeah. I've always been more of like an EL34 guy. Like
I wonder, I've always noticed that his amps, the high gains have just such a rich mid. And I wonder if it's the 34s that are doing it.
It's, it's like it's got that Marshall thing, but it's got like more the fucking hot rodded power,
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds great, man.
Yeah.
And this cabinet's cool too, because I don't know like if you're super familiar with this stuff, but it's got 25s and 30s in it. So it's got two 25s and two 30s.
Like in a cross pattern or something?
I think top and bottom.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, for recording, I've always liked the 25s, but for live, having that combination, it's cool.
That is cool. That is
you kind of get the clarity and like the punch, Yeah. But no, I love this amp, man. Like I don't think I'll ever use anything else.
Yeah, man. What a dream amp. Hopefully someday this show is big enough that I can afford a Friedman myself.
You'll get one.
Dude, I am so partial to that.
Dave, he'll help you out.
I know, but that Jerry Cantrell signature is like, oh my god.
I know, I want to get one of those. I know. Have you seen the Plexi yet?
Oh yeah, I saw the amp. It's good god.
Yeah, it's the shit.
Awesome.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Man, so you're starting with like, the structure is there. You've got a couple great guitars, a great amp and cab.
Yep.
And then, man, tonally, I noticed like, especially on your record, some of the cleans sometimes almost sound like synthy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you go into ripping like high gain solo stuff, and it's like such a fun blend. But I wonder, like, what, I guess we'll talk pedals now, because you know some of those sounds, the clean sounds, even especially to me, almost sound like a Roland jazz chorus or something like that. They're just so clean and affected. For the studio, like live versus studio, I kind of treat it totally differently. Oh, okay.
You know? Like in the studio, I use a lot of different amps and
Try
stuff
everything.
like that. Yeah,
Totally.
So on a lot of like on the record, like a lot of that was it was a Fender. It wasn't a twin. I think it was a super reverb.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So a lot of the clean stuff is a super reverb,
big
kind of
old
just
loud ass super
yeah,
reverb, totally.
Yeah. I'm like, for recording, man. Like I've always been more of like a real amp guy. Like, you know, mic it up in the studio and crank it. You know, but this does a great job of doing it live. Just the clean channel. The one thing I think. One weird thing is like the EQ, I guess, for doing the tapping. I get some questions about that sometimes, but if you notice, like the treble's all the way up and the bass is off, which is kind of bizarre. Like any other style of clean guitar, I don't think that would be like a normal thing.